Okay, so Cordae dropped a single called Super. It has a lot of lyrics in it, which could mean a very amount of different things. But he also is giving flowers and just stating facts, right? But also his dreams and ambitions with this. We'll get right into this after order from our sponsor, but this is just kind of a preview. Okay, so while Cordae is the only person on this single, which I think gives it a lot of, which gives us a lot of hope. I listen to a lot of Cordae's music. For example, he released, I think it was an EP that had more time and a lot of other things associated with this come out. So I do like his music. So we kind of will be talking about a few things that happened. Okay, so the first thing about this song called Super, his lyric says, "Dr. Dre has a large boat." He says a large boat. I'm not sure if he's talking about just physically, if he was trying to find a word for you, if he was just trying to say yacht, or if he was just trying to say the Uzi thing he was talking about. I think Uzi was saying drive the boat when Megan picked it up. Now you're talking about that. However, he does also claim that he is great. That he kind of wants to that he wants to be great. Like he wants to be the greatest of the generation, which I think he's up there. He will be considered one of the greats during that time. During his time, he probably will be the greatest during his time, which is shown on the billboard that says he is the greatest, right? Like he is the greatest. It's a billboard on his music video. He walks in front of a sign. He's a professor, and behind the professor says he's the greatest, and he just applies that to it. And to be honest, it is kind of true. He probably will be the greatest, or one of the greatest from his time. But I don't know about the greatest of all times, right? Now he acknowledged that he's young and that he's also very rich. He says he knows he knows that he's young and rich, even though he isn't flashy on his Instagram. He's not really flashy. So, I think he put that line there because there's a lot of people in their lyrics that are saying, well, this month there's a lot of rappers saying that released saying that they're rich and they're cocky, or they're young and they're rich and stuff like that. Even though, even though he's not flashy, he says that he bought somebody a Birkin bag. I think it's his aunt, but I'm not too sure. I did miss who he said it was for. But it also kind of puts himself in his realm where he's focused on being the greatest. So he's planning on being like Hove, J. Cole, Kendrick. He says at some point he's gonna be the greatest, right? Like, and it's true. I think he's underrated, but he probably gonna be there as one of the greatest. He's probably gonna be like the Jay Electrica of his time, and I think he's gonna be there, or he's gonna either surpass and be the greatest, or like he's gonna be the underrated greatest during his time of making music. His this last bit that keeps being repeated. He says, "I talked to Jack. That's what happened. That's what happens when you're really dope." I'm not sure if he's saying Jack Daniels, he's saying Jack Harlow. I'm not sure who he's saying refers to when he says he talked to Jack. But also, I think that's a very dope line. Because he is a dope rapper. Like, I don't put that past him. He is very lyrical at what he does. So him saying he's a dope rapper, I don't disagree with that at all. That's not one statement I disagree with. He is one of the dope rappers. If you haven't listened to it already, I say go listen to it now. Because Super is out on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to music. So I definitely go listen to that.